So here we are. It's fitting that the toilet bowl happens on a Taco Tuesday, as all the spices in the world couldn't make us run towards the toilet bowl this fast, as tonight we have two doozies of teams. The first one, the 1962 Oakland Raiders, a team that has been consistently bad through the entire tournament, losing 31-0 to the Pittsburgh Steelers of 1969, who only won one game, who lost to the second-year Atlanta Falcons 24-16, and in a closer game. But then they lost 25-7 on a broadcast that we had to the 1976 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And if you didn't think that that was bad enough, they played the 07 Miami Dolphins and they lost 34-7. And they are on the left bracket losers of the toilet bowl, the 1962 Oakland Raiders. Well, on the right-hand side, the side where, well, I don't want to make too much reference. I got to keep my wording and verbiage to family-oriented, but what I can say is they had trouble getting it out. As the very beginning, it was close games. Against Seattle, it was 24-17. And then against San Francisco of 78, a team that 2 years later would win the Super Bowl, they played a 19-13 game. But then the X-Lax started to work, and Dallas blew them out 35-16. Not the Cowboys, but the Texans. Yes, the Texans. The Dallas Texans of the NFL in 1952, a team that punted on their own on the other team 2-yard line. That's right, they punted on the other team's 2-yard line, and they beat Kansas City 35-16. And then the KO Pectate hit as the Houston Oilers blew out. Well, they beat Kansas City with a 17-point second half. They were down 10-3. And they outscored Kansas City 17-0 in the second half. So two different kind of bad teams. You have one that is consistently bad and one with the potential to be really bad. And how fitting that today the division rivals of the AFC West will meet in Toilet Bowl number 1. Well, I'll tell you what, Kansas City has Matt Castle and Oakland has a guy named Davidson. But it won't matter, really. This is going to be a game of attrition, a game of mistakes, a game of turnovers, but more or less a game of predictability. Today, featuring with me in the truck is Mike in the truck, and we're going to go to Mike in the truck right now. Mike in the truck, hey, I know that the community in the truck, they've been talking about this game for about 10 minutes. And they've also, what do you think? What's the feeling going on in the truck? What's happening?
Well, it's hard to tell. I mean, on the surface, you look at these teams and you figure Kansas City is just going to absolutely destroy them and it's not going to be a contest. That being said, Kansas City, especially the last two games, have completely collapsed. They got shocked by a horrible, horrible Dallas Texans team that barely won one game. And just allowed them to get run over. And they actually punted on the 4-yard line. On Kansas City's 4-yard line, the Texans punted. And the reason that happened is that team missed every single field goal that season. That's how bad the Texans were. They never scored a field goal. They missed every try they had. And yet they beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City the following week, which we saw yesterday, was up 10-3 against the 72 Houston Oilers, which is one of the worst teams ever. They were beating them 10-3 at the half and allowed them to score 17 points in the second quarter and pull the upset. You look at the numbers, you got to say Kansas City, but does anybody have confidence in Kansas City? Does Kansas City have confidence in Kansas City? That's how bad this has gotten for them. So I can't call this game.
That's pretty good, because I know in championship games, the axiom has always been the Cinderellas go to bed in the AFC Championship. So you might have the Cinderellas, and then in the Super Bowl, Very, very rarely in NFL and 55 Super Bowls do we have an upset winner. That's rarely happened. When it happens, it happens. And people might say, hey, in the past years, hey, look at this, this, and this. But in reality, we went through how many Super Bowls in the 80s and the 90s where they wanted to create a third conference in 1990 because they had a Super Bowl problem. And they wanted their best game to be the best game of the year. It's only been recently since the Super Bowl was a good game. Now we got opposite. We got toilet bowl. And I'm wondering if the same axiom holds, where once you get here, does Kansas City say, okay, let's just go to the basics. Let's run the ball up the middle. Let's throw 5 to 8 yard passes. Let's do the absolute basics. Let's not get fancy and make Oakland do something that they can't to beat us. I think that that's possibly where we go. But then again, with the way that they are losing, if Oakland gets up big, you might see a lot of here we go agains. You might see a lot of people rolling their eyes on a touchdown, 7-0 Oakland, 14 of that. Doesn't have to be Oakland scoring. Doesn't have to be their offense driving down the field. It could be a fumble. It could be an interception. It could be a kickoff return for a touchdown. I mean, Marty Feldman has a million ways to lose this game, but, he can accidentally have a lead. And that's big against Romeo Crennel. I think the coaching matchup goes to Kansas City because Crennel made them competitive at 2-14. Oakland was a little more competitive than their 1961 counterpart that was 99-0 in 2 games, the first 2 games. But then again, so this is going to be 2 bad football teams, and we're about ready to go real quick, we'll go Mike in the truck as we kick off. This is going to be deep. I was going to ask about the point spread and what happened here. I believe Kansas City would be the favorite as John will have it up to the 29-yard line.
Yes,
it'll be first down and 10.
You are correct. Running 1,000 Sims, Kansas City is a 5-point favorite.
So that's not bad, a 5-point favorite, but the question is, can Oakland score 5 points in this game? It'll be first down and 10, Castle. And this is a championship game here. Castle, Charles, nothing there. And it's a good start by Oakland. Oakland has to do this. They have to get up early if they want to win. It's going to be 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11, Castle again to throw. It's going to be
third down.
Milwaukee. I always have trouble saying that name. And it'll be 3rd and 5. 3rd and 5, Cassell. The blitz is on. They're going to throw, and it's incomplete. And they did exactly what they need to do. Oakland did it. And now they're going to get the ball. It'll be Oakland getting the ball as Kansas City will kick. Oh, sorry about that, Castle. My fault. Again, it is the toilet bowl, so we're going to make mistakes. And there we go. There's a penalty on the play. I didn't see who that was on. Let's see what it is. Garner only gets a yard. And it'll be against Kansas City, and they're going to have to punt again and watch because on the second kicks, that's where your craziness always happens. And Colquitt will kick it away. And it looks like it might end up being the same thing. And Garner again, this 2 yards this time. Oh, how crazy. Got twice as much as the first. So it'll be first down, Davidson. Clem Daniels is back. Davidson again, and Davidson goes down. So it'll be 2nd and 18. Is this going to be sustained, or will this be like the Patriots in Super Bowl 20 when they got the opening field goal? There's Miller.
Third
Miller
down,
will gain
penalty.
3. There's a penalty, and let's see what it is. And it's an illegal block, so, well, Oakland is shooting themselves in the foot, not what they want to do. It'll be 2nd down and at 26. Daniels only gets 2. It'll be 3rd and 24. Davidson on 3rd down. They give to Clem Daniels. And Clem, that was only to get some room punting. It'll be 4th and 19, and Morrow will kick. So early on, and here's Morrow. It'll be deep, and following the pattern of championship games, it's so far no offense. Both teams have the ball once, nothing going. It'll be first down and 10. First and 10, they give to Charles.
2nd down.
And it'll be 2. It'll be 2nd and 8. Matt Castle. And Castle again.
Incomplete.
Castle, it's incomplete. It's going to be third
Penalty.
down. Oh, there's a penalty, and let's see what it is. This is a true toilet bowl. This is a true toilet bowl. We have all the penalties you want and incompletions and everything. This is looking like those to that NFL game with those two announcers that, oh my goodness. And Castle to Bow or Bowie. It'll be 3rd and 15. I keep thinking David Bowie every time he catches. Third down. Castle, and it's intercepted. There's the big turnover down to one man. And it's to the 35. And this is exactly what Oakland needs to win this game and pull the upset. Oh, this is so big. You can't judge a game by the first quarter. But right now, Oakland is doing everything they need to. They're checking off the boxes right now. Check, check, check. And right now, it's going to be first down for Oakland. The question is, should they got more on that return? Can they do anything from it here? Davidson. He's going to roll out, and it's going to be caught. Here's Boydston again. Boydston will have it down to the 18, to 17. Watch Davidson. There is no pressure on him. And he hit Boydston as he came back. This is unusual. Oakland could have a lead. Oh, they could early. Kansas City checking off all the boxes of a loss. They give to Clem. He's good. Clem, and Clem Daniels a gain of 6. Clem Daniels later on in his career would have big game experience, but remember, this is 1962 Clem Daniels. It'll be 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4 for Oakland. And, oh no, that's okay, that's okay. 2nd down. Davidson, he goes to Boydston out of bounds and a first down.
Out of bounds.
First down and 10. 1st and goal for Oakland. This is huge. If they get 7 here, that's another box. They're ticking off for the upset. First down, Davidson. Davidson to throw. He's looking, and it's going to be caught by Craig. Down to the 3-yard line. He gains 5. It'll be 2nd down and goal. Look at this. They're checking everything off halfway through the first quarter. It'll be 2nd down and goal for Oakland. As he throws it short right there. I mean, this is very surprising. They get to Clem. He scores! And Clem scores!
Penalty.
And there's a penalty. Oh, there's a penalty. Oh, let's see what it is. And it's holding. Oh, this is the toilet bowl. This is the toilet bowl right here. And this is what happens when you have bad teams in championship games. It'll be 2nd and goal. Davidson halfway through the first. Daniels in the backfield. Look for him out of the backfield. No, they're going to go. It's caught by Miller. But it's goal to go, so they get half of it. It'll be 3rd down and goal. 3rd and goal. Here's Davidson back to throw. Throwing towards the middle. And that holding cost him 4 points, possibly maybe 7. This is the toilet bowl, remember. And here comes the kick. Normally, and here comes my friend, the A-Man. And it'll be up and over, and a 24-yard field goal is good. And the A-Man nails it. It's 7 plays, 28 yards, 319. And it's 3-0 Oakland. Maybe this could be the 3-0 curse if you look through Super Bowls and championship games. The teams that get 3-0 up, a lot of times get blown out, and here's Drawn. My best example, 2 of them. I'm thinking of the Atlanta Falcons against the Broncos, and I'm also thinking of the Patriots against the Bears. So let's see how this goes. It'll be 1st down and 10. You have Charles and Hillis in the back. There's a foul, another delay of game. All the boxes being checked for Oakland. If they can get the ball back in the lead, that would be big. It's going to be 1st and 15. Castle.
Fumble.
And he fumbles, and it's going to be Oakland's. Oh, look at this. They're getting all the check box now. This is big. They keep going down the list. It's like Christmas time. All these gifts. And this is Jamal Charles. Oh, my goodness. And a fumble, and here comes Oakland. Davidson, they throw, and it's incomplete.
2nd down.
It'll be 2nd down and 10. My, oh, my, this game is living up to its hype. They give to Clem, and here's Clem. He makes a move. Here comes Clem Daniels. He could go. He's down to the 15-yard line. And Clem Daniels a gain of 20. And it'll be 1st down for Oakland. But Clem Daniels, he goes to the side where it's split off. And Daniels has room to run. They ISO. and they let him do his moves.
First down.
And it's down to the 16, another big one. They're going to look back at this time in the game and say, how many points did Oakland get? First down and 10, Davidson. Davidson, and the blitz is on to give to Daniels again. Daniels at 10-5, and down to the 3-yard line. It'll be there's a penalty. There's another penalty, and let's see what, and Oakland, man. Oakland, my goodness. Do you want the trophy or not? And the answer is they do want the trophy, which means they want to lose. First down and 20. They can get a first down at the 6. Davidson.
Incomplete.
And it's going to be incomplete. Second down and 20. Oh, my goodness. This game could be 14-0. It's second and 20. Davidson, they also got Dorsey. They might go one-on-one with Dorsey against Arenas. And Davidson, they go to Robertson.
Third down.
They get field goal yardage here. It'll be third down and 17. It'll be 40 yards from here. Third and 17. Davidson. Back to throw. They're going to throw down the middle, and it's caught. But again, because of the holding penalty, it's just going to make a field goal. And here's Davidson, no. He almost had him on the seam. It was almost on the seam. And he had Boydston. And oh, my goodness. Oh, my. And Oakland is looking good. They're doing something with it. The man to kick. 26 yards. It is up. It is good. A 24-yarder and a 26-yarder for the A-man. And it's Oakland 6, Kansas City nothing. I can't believe this. This is 6 plays, 20. The thing is, they're not just getting turnovers. They didn't get turnovers in field goal range. They had to drive all the way down the field and do it. So it's not like they're getting lucky. They're making the 6 points work. And really, it could have been 14, but the 2 penalties. Kansas City has done nothing all day. They're continuing. My goodness, the X-Lax has worked 3 weeks in a row for them. Arenas to the 24. He could break one. They're going to need him to break one. It'll be first down and 10. Oakland's so bad they don't even write their name in their own end zone. First down and 10. They just put X's there so nobody remembers. There's Jamal Charles. There he goes. He almost broke that one. Up to the 35. He gains 11. It'll be first and 10. Oakland up 6-0 here in the championship game. You want to win this game so you don't win the championship. And Charles, he's going to gain 3. It'll be second down and 7. Kansas City is being held back. Second down and 7. Castle. And it is deep. It's incomplete. I don't know if he's completed one today. I don't know if he has. Maybe one to Bo or Bowie. One of them. Even though they're the same person, it's third and 7. Castle, and it's complete, and there he is. His favorite target that he may or may not have gotten in the past. And Cassell to Castle. Sorry about that to Bowie. It'll be first down and 10. Castle. Matt Castle, it's going to be deeper and incomplete.
Second down.
It'll be second down and 10. It's almost like take a knee on the first 2 downs and just throw to Bowie. Second down and 10. They're nearing midfield. They got a good kicker. Here's Charles.
Third down. Penalty.
So there's a penalty, and if it's going to be, it's holding. My goodness. You got not only the worst teams, but possibly the worst officiating crew on here. That would be great. They say, you did a great job, go home. We want other people. So it's second down and 20. Second and 20, you got trips to the near side. And Castle to Charles. It'll be third down and 20. A true toilet bowl call there. Third down and 20. Got under a minute to go. Castle, he's running, he's sacked. Oakland is looking like the Oakland Raiders of 7 years past. And it is going to be fourth and 28. They're looking like the 67, 68, 69 Raiders. Fourth and 28, and there's the it's blocked! It's blocked, and Oakland has it! This is another checklist! Oakland's getting a miracle if they don't win this game. It's gonna be, they are the worst team if they don't win. Look at Colquitt. Oh my goodness, the guy was on the ground, he kicked him off his face, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter as it is blocked. And now they're gonna get it. This is watch this, the guy at the top of the screen, he's gonna come in and he's gonna slip and right the boom and hits his face just like that YouTube video of that BYU goalkeeper. You know, where they keep kicking him in the face. And it's going to be first down for Oakland. This is it for Oakland. If Oakland's going to win the championship, or lose it or whatever. If they're going to win this game, they got to score a touchdown here. But it'll be first down and 10. Davidson, they get the Clem Daniels. He loses
Second down.
2. And that's going to end the first quarter. What a first quarter for Oakland. This has been all Oakland all the time. At the end of the first quarter, the score is Oakland 6, Kansas City nothing. And let's go to Mike in the truck. Mike, I did not expect this. Kansas City is they're almost like placating the gamblers or something. They're just like, here, we want to start down and have a challenge and start 14 points in the hole. It's only been 6. What are you saying?
Can't stop laughing. This is a toilet bowl. They're just, they're bumbling this away. the blocked punt, the fumble, you do something and then you get penalized. Now both teams are guilty of that. But it's amazing that Oakland's not up 14-0 right now. Kansas City should count their blessings. They're only up 6-0. And I also have to apologize. I actually missed part of this because I was trying to respond to Bob B, who was asking, can you control both offenses and let the computer control both defenses with this game? And initially I told him no, but I was also trying to do the game while responding to him. But in a way, yes, you can, Bob. I just wanted to interject for a moment, if I could, Chris. You can. What you do is you when you go to the game, you above each team you could say player 1, player 2, or computer. You make it player 1 and player 2, and you're playing as player 1 and player 2. And when you are playing the game, you're controlling both teams and both the offense and defense. So if you wanted to just call the offensive plays, what happens is after you call the offense and the defense comes up, the computer automatically suggests a play. So you could just say yes, or you could just say okay and accept the computer's defensive call. So that would be the way to do it. It's not like you can say, I only want to say, tell the system, I only want to coach the offense of both teams. You have to do it it's not complicated, but you're basically taking control of both teams, and when the defense comes up, the computer suggests by default, and you could just say okay and go. So yes, Bob, that would be the way to do it. But back to the game, Chris. I mean, at least the first quarter is living up to the name of the toilet bowl. At least the first quarter. I mean, it's hilarity has constantly ensued, and I don't know where to begin. But like I said before, on paper, Kansas City should be destroying Oakland, but they've lost all their confidence. I mean, they have zero confidence. I mean, look at their quarterback. He's 5 for 8. He's throwing almost 63%. He threw 40% in real life. He's actually doing really good against Kansas City. This doesn't make sense. It's the toilet bowl.
Well, it's also, we said about championship games, and South sometimes they have a mind of their own. But take a look at the penalties. There's 7 penalties. 7 penalties and 3 punts. I mean, that's unbelievable. There have been more penalties than third downs. That's one of the things I can't believe. 7 penalties, and we've only had 6 third down plays. When you take a look at this, both teams 1 sack for 8 yards. But this is one of those games where I don't think you can analyze the stats. Oakland, I will say this. They will have to score. If they want to win this game, they got to get a touchdown now. Because there's got to be a point where things average out, Kansas City settles down, and then they start to hit those 10, 15-yard passes.
I agree.
There's going to be. So Oakland's got to get up big now and then hope they chip shot a couple field goals and get 20 points and try and hold Kansas City under 20.
I agree. I think that's the key. If Oakland gets in the end zone, Oh, what if they went for 2 and made it 14-0? I don't think they do that. I think they take the extra point and just be happy they're up 13-0 if they can do it. And if they do, as crazy as things are, that might be insurmountable. Oakland should just ground and pound the ball and eat up as much clock. Literally, I mean, we're starting the second quarter. If they do that and eat up the clock and keep playing the same defense, they can win by default. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, think about it. Kansas City last game was winning 10-0 in the first half. They got shut out in the second half, and
Yeah.
they should have won that game. And
I'll tell you.
they're
But
the only hope that the Kansas City is going to have is to rally big time in the second half. I don't see them doing anything in this quarter. So this is the time for Oakland. They could win it they could literally win it if they score a touchdown on this drive.
well, we have Clem Daniels versus Jamal Charles. And when you look at that matchup, you're like, that's a really good matchup. It's too bad they don't have any offensive linemen around them. But I think that if Oakland gets the lead, Clem Daniels might have over 100 yards rushing. For Oakland to win, Clem Daniels will have to become the MVP because they got to be big and they got to be able to get first downs and points by running the football. If they get big, this passing is not going to keep going. I mean, he's on a 20 for 32 pace, and when that's insane, especially with old time stats. So we're about to go to the second quarter here. This is a humongous portion of the game. It'll be 2nd and 13 for Oakland. Let's see what they do. It's going to be Davidson again, the quick throw and incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. There's always that one when an underdog plays a favorite. There's always that moment where the favorite says, we can turn it around. Oakland has not shown them that yet. 3rd and 13. Davidson, they got Daniels in the backfield. Davidson, he's going to throw.
Incomplete.
He's incomplete.
4th down.
And it'll be 4th and 13, and now a 33-yard field goal from 24-26, and now the A-man from 33. It's going to be up and over, and it is good. And good. Oakland has a 9-0 lead. They have a 9-0 lead. And in true toilet bowl fashion, we have a scoring drive with negative yardage. So there we go. It is 9-0 Oakland leading Kansas City. My goodness. My goodness. And then the A-man will kick off. It's going to be deep over to the 3-yard line, and Arenas is going to bring it back up to the 25. He's got to, if he breaks one, that would be huge. Kansas City is still looking to get past, the 45, I believe, of Oakland. Castle, incomplete. And it is incomplete. It'll be down. 2nd down. 2nd down and 10 for Kansas City. They're down by 2 scores. Incomplete. It's hard for me to say that. It's incomplete. Down. It's now a big 3rd down and 10. This is big. If Oakland can stop them on this 3rd and 10, they'll get the ball back up by 2 scores. It'll be 3rd down and 10. And here we go. Castle, it's going to be the duck ball run. Here's Baldwin. Maybe he could be a yard short. He's a yard short. And Baldwin on the reverse. Oh, he was aiming towards the stick, and he couldn't get there. And here's Colquitt to kick. And Colquitt, this one gets by. All those times before we're like, ooh, almost kicked. And the guy kicked in somebody's face earlier. And here's the biggest thing for Oakland. They are now taking possession in the deepest penetration ever right now. So they are back. So this is big. If they can move the ball, they'll be good. They haven't faced this since the first quarter. Here's Daniels. Daniels the first down. He makes that easy. Early in the first, they might have been this far back. They've had some really good field position since. Davidson again. Davidson, he's going to throw deep and incomplete.
2nd down.
Would have got that. I am sitting on a chair play from the 1970s that would have broke. 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. It's not one of those ugly green ones either. Davidson, and it's going to be incomplete. It'll be 3rd down. And this is kind of a big 3rd down. Kansas City trying to stabilize this game. Davidson, the pump fake. He's going to throw down the middle, and it's incomplete.
4th down.
And now finally they're going to punt again. So Morrow, the first time since early in the first quarter, they're going to punt. And that's going to be a deep kick. They had 2 turnovers and a block punt, and nobody going to return. The second time they have not returned a punt yet. It'll be 1st down and 10. Let's see what Kansas City can do with more stabilized Jamal Charles.
Second
About a
down.
gain of 3. It'll be second down, gain of 4. Second down and 6. Castle, the draw
Third
and nothing.
down.
It'll be 3rd and 7. How much can they go and not get a first down here? Castle, and he'll throw, and it is caught by Jamal
First
Charles
down.
and a first down. So Kansas City finally gets something. It'll be a first down and 10. Kansas City, Castle again. He's going to throw, and they get a little
Second
greedy.
down.
It'll be second down and 10. Of course, I said last game they should have gone more to Jamal Charles. They listened to me and lost. And there's Charles again. Charles gets a first down to the 40. He's under a foot race to the 30, 25, 20. Will they get him? He gets
First
down to the
down.
20-yard line. And that's Jamal Charles, 35 yards. He goes again away from where the receivers are. Some people think you need the receivers to block, but he went over to the wide side of the field where there were no receivers. The trips were the near side, and he goes to the
First
far
down.
side, and he outraces everybody. It's going to be 1st and 10. Oh, a touchdown would be big for the Chiefs here. Castle to Charles again, same play.
Second down.
And they get used to that. It'll be second down and 5 under 10 minutes. Second and 5, here's Castle. Castle again, they get the Jamal Charles hit close.
Third down.
But he's going to be 2 yards short. It'll be 3rd down. 3rd down and 2, a very big 3rd down and 2. Castle back, he's going to throw. It's complete to
First down.
McCluster. It'll be 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. If they can score a touchdown now, all the pressure is going to be on Oakland. 1st down and goal. They give it to Hillis.
Second down.
And it's
Out
going to
of bounds.
be 1-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal halfway through here, the 2nd. Castle to Charles. He's through the middle.
Third
It's going to be
down.
3rd down and goal from the 3-yard line of Oakland. This is a big, big 3rd and goal. Castle, big 3rd down and goal. And here we go. Back to throw. He's going to throw, and it is caught. Touchdown, Bowie, his favorite target. His favorite target, and he scores. Watch Castle back there. He just eyes him down the whole time. And now the pressure is going to be on
Touchdown.
Oakland now. As Castle to Bowie for 3 yards, 11 plays, 72 yards. And we were wondering where this was earlier. And it is 9-6. Here's the extra point. And almost blocked that one. It is up and over and good, though.
It's good.
And it's Oakland 9, Kansas City 7. I am so glad he made that extra point. If he would have missed that extra point, we could have had overtime. And here's Sukop. And overtime here, everybody loves free football, but you got to pay the fans for that. You get refunds on your ticket if this goes overtime. Robertson, he might have almost went. He had one man to beat. And if he would have beat him, it would have been gone. And it'll be 1st down and 10 for Oakland. They got Daniels and Miller in the back. Here's Clem Daniels.
Second down.
And Daniels is going to get 3. It'll be 2nd down. Oh, they got to get this first down. They got to get this first down in the drive. Davidson again. He's going to throw to the middle, and it's got by Boydston. Here's Boydston down to the
First down.
41. They are answering. This horrible team is answering everything Kansas City's throwing at them. Watch Davidson. Oh, this is not only a good mark, this is a good mark for the AFL
First
as
down.
a league. Because the AFL is a league saying our worst is beating the NFL worst. So it'll be 1st down and 10. They got 5.5 to go. There's Daniels again.
Second down.
And now the question is, can they get enough yards for the field goal? It'll be 2nd down and 5. This makes it a very important 1st down. Davidson again. They give to Robertson again. Did he get it? I think he did. No, he's a yard short. It'll be 3rd down. Robertson, a 4-yard gain. 3rd and 1. 9-7, Oakland leading Kansas City. They got Daniels. They don't go to him. That was a horrible choice not to go to him, and they pay for it. They pay for it. It was wide open. They could have gone to Daniels. It was open, and they take a sack. It'll be 4th down, and here's Morrow on the kick. 3:38 to go. Oh, and almost. And they'll try and angle it. It'll go into the end zone. Perfect toilet bowl punt.
Touchback.
And now we have 3:32 to go. Here comes Castle. And the blitz is on. They give the Charles. Oh,
Second
up the
down.
middle. And again, everybody coming. Everybody came. If he would have beat that line, he would have, rugby, they call it a line break. And Castle again to Bowie, his
Third
favorite
down.
target. They should just quadruple. I don't know what 5 is, but 5 cover him. Third down. There's a flag. It might be a delay. And it is movement. So it's going to make it big. Third down and 13. Oakland might get third down and 8. Sorry, Oakland might get it back. They might get it back. Castle again. Almost again. And Castle the deep throw. Almost 2 sacks, and it is caught. He caught it up to being almost sacked twice. Castle using his legs. I never knew he had. And watch Castle again. Back. Watch this. Right through. There it is. Boop. He misses one. And then here he goes again. Boop. He misses 2. And Castle just looked down the field and threw it up. He said, I might as well. That is the toilet bowl version of that New York Giants catch against the Patriots. Oh, the helmet catch. David Tyree. And that was incredible. It'll be 2:02 to go. Kansas City's going to get a free one. Castle again. Castle will be running. And
second down, out of bounds.
Stopped at the line of scrimmage. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. We got to go to Mike in the truck. Mike in the truck. This game all of a sudden is like turned into a real football game. What the heck is this? We got our tickets for free. We didn't want to see this. We want to see turnovers, not great football.
Yeah, well, the first quarter gave us exactly what we wanted. The second quarter, all of a sudden, is a game, like a real game. And that last play with Castle running for his life, dodging 2 sacks, and I thought that was going to get picked. I was watching the defensive back. I'm like, he threw it right to the defensive back. He overthrew it. But they pulled off the play in a miracle fashion. If Kansas City doesn't at least get a field goal out of this drive, I mean, that's going to destroy them. But if they score, I mean, sure, now they got the momentum. But here we go with the second half. And remember what happened with Kansas City in the second half of the last game. They allowed 17 points. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes. But you have to give credit that miracle play by Kansas City where Castle dodged the same player twice. He should have been sacked twice and threw a bomb and completed it. Yeah, it was reminiscent of the Super Bowl, short of him holding the ball up against his helmet. But yeah, they got to score here, even if it's a field goal. If not, that's got to be devastating blow to them and a huge boost for Oakland.
That is true. Oakland still has not got a third down conversion yet. And I think that's also something to see, too, as Kansas City is 5 of 8. So they're getting the short third downs, and they're making them when it counts. So it's 9-7 here. It'll be second down and 10. From the 29, it'll be 46 yards. Castle and incomplete. It's going to be big third down and 10. Oakland again had 3 chances to go up, 3 chances to score a touchdown. There's a flag, and Castle's going to do this over again.
Down. Penalty.
He's going to do this over again, and it's offsides on Oakland. So it's going to be third down and 5. It gave him the field goal range. Castle 3. They might give it to Charles. They don't. Castle will roll out. He'll throw. He caught it. Stevie Breston down to the 12-yard line. And Stevie Breston, it'll be first down and 10. Castle will throw and incomplete. It'll be second down. I think now if Oakland holds them, Oakland might be thinking, all right, we're in this game. It'll be second down. Castle again. They hand it off to Jamal Charles. Almost. It'll be third down and 7. Third down and 7. Timeout Kansas City. 57 seconds to go. The blitz is on. They throw, and it's incomplete. It looks like the receiver fell down. It'll be 4th and 7, and this is big. They need to hit this. It'll be 26 yards. Brian Sukup, it'll be up and over, and it is good. Kansas City has pulled ahead 10-9. 10 plays, 71 yards. 9-0 Oakland to start. Kansas City is on a 10-0 run. And Sukup will kick. 46 seconds left. Let's see what Oakland does. This could be a turning point here. Robertson running like he's got a broken leg, and he's up to the 25. So Robinson will take it. It'll be first down and 10 for Davidson. Looks like they're going for this. Now they give to Daniels, and he gets a yard.
Second down, out of bounds.
And it'll be 2nd and 8. Not the kind of draw they wanted. Second down, Davidson again. Gonna
Incomplete.
throw, and it's right through
Third
the
down.
hands. Right through the hands of Craig. It'll be 3rd down and 8. They're only down by 1. It's 10-9. 3rd down, Davidson. A
Incomplete.
throw and incomplete.
4th down.
It's going to be 4th down. So Kansas City starting to hold Oakland. And Oakland now, Kansas City has leveled this game out. Morrow to kick. Oh, what an ugly kick. And Wiley will take it. They might get a double. They might go 2. This is such a huge play now. They got 2 timeouts. If they don't score here, they got to go to the end zone.
Incomplete.
Castle incomplete.
2nd down.
And now they got to go to the end zone. No, they got 11 seconds. So they can still have it. Castle, he throws, and it's incomplete there.
3rd down. Penalty.
There's a penalty. Uh-oh. What is this? It's holding again. Oh, here comes Kansas City. They got to live up to their name here. And now 5 seconds to go. Castle's just going to throw it as far as he can. He's going to throw it deep. It's going to be right down the middle. Will it be enough?
Incomplete.
And it is incomplete.
3rd down.
Oh, my. It's the toilet bowl, so, hey, that might have happened. Oakland only got about 1 first down, if they got any first downs in that quarter. And we're at the half. The score right now, Kansas City 10, Oakland 9. And right now, I'm seeing a game that it is looking a lot like what we thought. Kansas City only leads by 1, but they really, really dominated the last 10 minutes of that second quarter.
Yeah, I agree. But stop and think about what we're looking at here. The score is 10-9 Kansas City. What was the score of the last Kansas City game against their last opponent, the 72 Oilers?
10-3.
10-3.
Yeah.
Oakland actually has a 6-point edge on where Houston was. And the ball has been bouncing Oakland's way. So who knows? Is Kansas City going to do a complete collapse again in the second half? We'll see. But if you want, we can take a look at their individual stats. Chris, what do you see here?
Well, right now, I see the back of a peanut box because I was just trying to get a quick. So anyway, as I run back, I feel like Kurt Gowdy. Castle right now has not been throwing the ball really well. Even though Kansas City has had a wave, he started out 4 of 8, which means he is 6 of 14 ever since starting out 50%. So it's not the other way around. That could hurt him. I think the running game is doing a little bit better. Jamal Charles, a lot of that 70 yards has been in the last 10 minutes. He had that 35-yard run. He fumbled early, but he's come back with it. Baldwin had that reverse where it was a yard short. But right now, their running game is doing all right. Bowie's going to be the man. He's going to be the man. They got to double him or something. You might, Steve Breston, I believe out of Woodland Hills High School. Steve Breston, you might see him with a few catches. Him and McCluster, because they got to do something with Bowie. They have to. If they don't, Bowie's going to have a ton of catches by the end of the game. Could be MVP. Jamal Charles, though, I think the one play I haven't seen run yet is a screen. I haven't seen a screen. And I think that if there's an all-out blitz, you could see a screen pass be the difference. You take a look at the sacks, 2 sacks for Kansas City. Tackles are spread out, which means Oakland's spreading the ball around. And the kicker again, 1 of 1. He's 4 points. And then punting-wise, they only punted twice. Kansas City only punted twice. It's hard to make mistakes like interceptions and stuff, but this is the toilet bowl. Drawn in arenas, they're getting good returns. And also the punt returns, they didn't even return the first 2 Oakland punts. First 2 Oakland punts were to nobody. Davidson looking better than what I expected. 6 of 16. No, he was terrible. He was, 5 of 8 in the first quarter, so he was 1 of his next 8. So he's got to pick it up. 1 out of his next 8. If he doesn't pick it up, he's done. Clem Daniels can only run. He's averaging 6 yards a rush. but only if Oakland starts throwing the ball and completing it. And that's why I think you're seeing what's happening here. Boydston, the tight end, he's going to get a lot of play action throws to him. But you're going to see Craig and Dorsey are going to have to, if Oakland's going to win, those two are each going to get 3 receptions. They have to. Daniels, 52 yards. Boydston was 62. You notice not a lot of screens. So it's just run or pass. And 1 sack by the J-Man, an interception by Dougherty, and a fumble recovery by Reeves. So 1-1-1. It's like bingo there. It was all diagonal. 3 for 3 for the A-Man. He didn't have long to kick, but in a pressure situation, 25 yards in a championship game always seems like 52. And Morrow, 4 punts for 140 yards. If you ask about short field goals and the toughness, ask Rich Carlos against the Giants. They would have had a shot had Carlos hit those easy. Well, we call them easy, but, that's because we get to yell at them. Robertson, 23 a return, so that's pretty average. Punt returns, Garner will have some. And there you see it. Really, what's surprising, only 7 punts. I thought this was a game where it was going to be like 8 punts apiece in the first half. But right now, we've had some good football and some good drives. But here we go. This is it, the Toilet Bowl Championship game. The only game where you want to lose the trophy, they give to Robertson, and here he goes. Robertson might have it, and here he goes. One man, he beats him. He's gone, Robertson, unless he trips over his own shoelaces. This is the Toilet Bowl, and Robertson scores. And he goes all the way, and that's the intangible they needed. That is the intangible. When your offense is 1 for their last 8, throwing the football, when they're not running the football, what do? You run it back. And there is absolutely, that is huge. Another check mark. They had to score a touchdown, an intangible. And Robertson, and one of the things as I get a quick glass of water, is I failed to mention at halftime, 0 for 3 inside the 20-yard line for Oakland and scoring touchdown. They had 9 points instead of 21. Well, this is it right here. This is it, and let's see what they do. Let's say they're going to go for 1, the A-Man. This is a huge extra point. They miss it, they can lose 16-15. It'll be up and over, and it is good. It barely goes over the slingshot goalpost. And the A-Man makes it 16-10. Oh, my
Chris,
goodness.
if I may, I want to see because there are actual statistics used in the game. I want to see about the kick returns. Bo Robertson, who you just saw, returned a kick. He had 1 return. He had 27 in real life. He had 27 kick returns in the season, averaging 27.7 yards. He had an 87-yard return for a touchdown. He had 1 the whole season. And boy, did
Wow.
he had 1 the whole season. It was for 87 yards. How many yards did I don't even remember. How many yards did he just return that? Was it 90 something?
Yeah, it was a short kick out of the end zone.
Yeah.
And when he went, it was probably about 95, 97 around there.
Yeah.
That was incredible.
Yeah, while we're at it, let me see what Kansas City allowed. And this is the 2012 Chiefs, correct?
Yeah, as you're looking that up, I mean, that is the one thing that Oakland, when I see that, though, he's hitting his average, though. He's hitting his average of about 25, 26 a return, and then breaking 1 deep. Yeah. So that's true to form right there.
Yeah. Well,
Kansas City.
Insult to injury for Kansas City. They never allowed a kickoff return for a touchdown in that year. So this is the first, and it's happening in the Toilet Bowl. Now, I will note they actually allowed 2 punt returns for touchdowns in that season. Kansas City did. And 2 punt returns out of 27. So basically, they have a high percentage of punt returns for touchdowns. That's not good. That hasn't happened yet. Maybe it will happen, but they didn't allow a kickoff return for a touchdown, and Oakland did have one, and I guess the game just clashed, and Oakland got that touchdown. So that's huge. I mean, what I'm saying is the odds of this happening now were very, very slim, and it happened. And here's your Kansas City collapse.
There we go. There we go. You know, through Kansas City stalls, they got to be thinking, here we go again. Here we go again. It takes a half for the X-Lax to work, but guess what happens? The Toilet Bowl's going to live up to their name. Oakland now was clutch, and here we go the other way to Drawn. Can he do it? And not even close. And it'll be to the 25, a first down for Kansas City. Here comes Castle. Castle again. Matt Castle.
Second
And
down.
he gives to Charles a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd and 8. 2nd and 8. Castle to throw, and it's going to be incomplete.
Down.
3rd down. 3rd and 8. They sent the house on that one. 3rd and 8. Castle again. He dodges. He throws. And it's incomplete. He can't pull the magic off. And look at this. Oakland's going to get the ball back. Up by 6 points. This is incredible. And Colquitt will kick almost again, but I don't think lightning could strike twice. And a car that I'm not in. And Gardner, they're showing right there that Kansas City not good at punt return. They'll be first down. They go to Craig on a quick hitter. Also got a small piece of peanut. I hate eating peanuts when I get excited, because it just feels like a steel thing going down my throat. Clem Daniels. And Daniels again will lose 1. It'll be 3rd and 6. Under 12 and a half to go. Davidson.
Interception.
Intercepted by Barry, and that's the big one. Intercepted. Oh, my goodness. And finally, Oakland with the turnover. And that maybe might be the spark that Kansas City needs. Oh, my. And Kansas City, it'll be a first down. Oh, they were living on that. And here's Castle to Drawn. And Drawn again, a gain of 10. Gain of 9. They're going to spot it back by 1. It'll be 2nd and 1. And here comes Castle again. Back to throw, and it's incomplete.
3rd down.
Oh, if they don't get a field goal out of this. 3rd down and 1. Everybody's bunched up. Castle again. They hand it to Hillis. And it is short. He's short. It's 4th and 1. It'll be 49 yards from this. Ryan Sukop to nail it and cut this in half. Quinn to hold. It is up. It is over. And it is good. Over the goal
It's good.
And it's 16-13. Well, those are bonus points. Unlike Oakland, Kansas City couldn't advance the ball after their turnover. Oakland went right down the field. They just didn't score. Here comes Oakland again. Robertson again, running like he had a broken leg. He might do it again. No, he doesn't. He might have done it again, but he didn't do it. And it'll be first down. Oh, my goodness. He would have been the hero of Oakland. I can't imagine that they've had greater heroes in their history. First down and 10. And Davidson to Daniels. Daniels again. He's going to get a first down and more. Down to the 45, and this is big for Oakland. They are responding. Watch Clem Daniels. And they're respecting the pass now because they're passing. And look at Daniels. He is a championship athlete, winning an AFL championship in 1967. Of course, they lost the Super Bowl, but people forget it was still the AFL championship. It'll be first down, Davidson. They're going to throw, and it's going to be incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Running backs are just like strikers in soccer. If you don't have a good rest of your team around you, your stats are not going to be great if your name doesn't rhyme with Mary Banders, of the Detroit Lions. Barry Sanders is the only person I can think of that's an exception. 3rd and 10. They give to Daniels again. Daniels will go up, and they kind of slowed down. But 4th and 6, and Morrow is going to try and angle this one out. Morrow, and he's going to kick. It's going to be close. It'll be in the end zone.
Touchback.
Now Oakland is having chances, but they can't cash in. It'll be first down. Castle to Hillis. And Hillis gains 5. It'll be 2nd down. They gain 6. 2nd down. 16-13, they give it to Jamal Charles.
3rd down.
It's going to be up to the 29. It'll be 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1, halfway through the 3rd. Castle again to Charles, a first down up to
First
the
down.
35. And Kansas City will take it. First down and 10. Castle. They give to Drawn again,
Second
nothing.
down.
It'll be second down and 9. Starting to slow a little bit down for Kansas City. Second down, Castle will
Incomplete.
throw and incomplete.
Third down.
And it's going to be third down and 9. Third and 9. 6 minutes to go here in the third. Castle. He's going to throw, and it's incomplete. He
Fourth
couldn't
down.
hit Bowie. He was looking to him. And now Colquitt will have to kick. Not driving, and Colquitt. Oh, what a terrible punt. And Garner again, maybe. And Garner up to the 50-yard line. Oh, my goodness. Oh, well, Kansas City, they're kind of collapsing here. They're almost there. They're teetering on the edge of the cliff like Jurassic Park 2. And that trailer, and they go to
First
Boydston.
down.
And it's going to be a first down and 10. So watch, this is huge because it gets him in. Again, no pressure on Davidson. None. And he hits Boydston down the middle.
First
What
down.
a well-thrown pass. And it'll be first down. First and 10. And Davidson again, the blitz is on. Davidson will have to run. He gets
Second
back to
down.
the line. And actually lose one. It'll be second down and 11. Second down and 11. They're throwing points away. Robertson, he
Third
can't get
down.
anything. Is this going to be another pointless drive? And it'll be third down and 12. They give to Daniels up the middle. He got field goal yardage.
Fourth down.
And he gets 10 of the 12. And now they're going to try a 40. Oh, they're going to punt. Oh, my God. Morrow.
It means that they're out of the field goal kicker's range. The game takes that into account what the field goal kicker's long is, so they don't try because he won't make it.
We are in the toilet bowl, so that's exactly what they have, Morrow, and he's going to try and kick. It's a gamble and a nice gamble there as they go to the 6-yard line. And it'll be first down for Kansas City. That was a great play there. They could have gone for it, but they punted, forcing Kansas City to do something, and
Second
Hillis
down.
doesn't. He loses a yard. It'll be second down and 5. 2:34 to go. Castle again, and that's going to be
Third
McCluster.
down.
Now, this is going to be huge. If Oakland stops them on this down and they get it back on the punt, they have to score. They're feeling the pressure to do something. It'll be 3rd and 6. Castle again, and it's caught by
First
Milwaukee.
down.
And it's going to be first down for Kansas City. A big first down. That was third and long, and they needed it. They got it. It'll be 1st and 10. Matt Castle trying to do his best Tom Brady
Second
impression,
down.
but he's in the toilet bowl, not the Super Bowl, and drawn. Loses a yard. It'll be 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. They give to Charles again.
Third down.
And Charles, that'll be 3rd down and 7. 2 seconds left. A big 3rd down and 7. Castle
Incomplete.
quick, and he throws it to
Fourth
nobody.
down.
Maybe a miscommunication. At the end of 3 quarters, this is incredible. Oakland can always say they were winning in the 4th quarter of the toilet bowl. They're going to be getting the ball back. They lead 16-13. And we're going to go back to Mike in the truck. Mike, I'm not going to run away and get some peanuts here. So I'll have my throat in the 4th quarter. But I'll tell you what, Kansas City, I think, wasted their momentum. Oakland, I think, is in the process of wasting theirs. What do you think?
I think it's who wastes their opportunity the worst that loses this game and is crowned the toilet bowl champion. I think it's going to come down to be as simple as that. It's a 3-point game. It's anybody's game. And out of the gate, Kansas City must have been thinking, oh, God, here we go again, because opening kickoff, they allowed it return for a touchdown. And Oakland had won all year in real life, and it happens now in the toilet bowl. So the odds of that, it's obviously not impossible, but it happened. So, but they were able to do something and get a field goal. This could come down to who bungles it the most. It could be one turnover, and I think it's going to be a battle of field position. And right now, Kansas City has to punt. And if Oakland can at least get a drive and get a field goal, I think a field goal wins it for Oakland. I think a field goal wins it for any score. Well, I shouldn't say that. A touchdown definitely wins for Oakland. I'm sorry. I'm mistaken. It was 16-10 and 16-13. If Oakland gets a touchdown, this game's over. If they get a field goal, it's probably over, but not necessarily. So I think Oakland has got to score one more time to ensure victory because Castle still has the ability of getting one decent drive. And one advantage Kansas City has over Oakland is they've got a good field goal kicker. Where Oakland, credit where credit's due, he's 3 for 3 on field goals, but they haven't been any longer than like 33 yards. So, and we just saw that they didn't even attempt a field goal with them in normal field goal range because he can't kick it. So, if
Yeah,
Oakland,
what I
yeah,
go ahead. Sorry about that.
I was just going to say, if Oakland can get a field goal, I think they're probably going to win. If they get a touchdown, they're going to win.
I think this punt return is going to be huge. You take a look at that stat. The biggest stat I want to show you: third down conversions. Kansas City's hitting 50%. That's phenomenal, and they're losing. Oakland has not done one. I mean, every time it's been third down, Oakland has not converted, no matter what it is. And Oakland still has 16 points. They're doing their damage being aggressive on first and second down. And I think this punt return is going to be huge. This punt return is going to be very, very big. And also for Oakland, I'm not sure they have 8 of 20 passing. I forget what they were at the half. At the half, I think they were 6 of 14, possibly.
Percentage-wise, it's a very slight increase. It's a very slight increase. But I mean, it was 30-something percent to now 40. So they're throwing, and actually Castle's gone down with this passing. Both quarterbacks are throwing 40% and have a pick.
Yeah, it was 50% at halftime for Castle. So here we go. It's going to be the fourth quarter. This is big. I think this punt is going to be, this is huge because Oakland, if they get a good return, they've got a couple good returns maybe. And it's going to be another ugly punt. And here comes Gardner to the 49. Now the question is, can they do something with it? No, it'll be first down and 10 for Davidson. They got Daniels in the backfield. Davidson again to the near side. Dorsey.
Second down. Penalties.
And there's a penalty. Here we go. It's the fourth quarter. Oh, it's going to be against Kansas City. And Oakland will get a first down. So it's the fourth quarter of the toilet bowl. Expect the flags to fly. Davidson. And it's intercepted. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that's big. Flowers with the interception. Oh, Davidson. Oh, this could be a big turning point. What a bullet dodged. What a huge bullet dodge by Kansas City. And I'm not going to say that that's all luck and interception. They had to have good coverage to do it, but oh, what a mistake. What an absolute mistake they give to Hillis. And Hillis gets about a yard. It'll be second down and 9. Second and 9 for Kansas City. They're down by 3 here in the fourth quarter.
Incomplete.
Castle, and he misses. It'll be third and 9. Third down. Oh, there's Charlie Revis, the right outside linebacker. And oh my, he should be coming back soon.
I just wanted to make a note, if I could, Chris, for people watching.
Sure.
LB4 is coming in as the right outside linebacker. What that means is this. In real life, Oakland had a very limited number of linebackers in 1962. And this is very common for teams in the 50s, 60s, and sometimes even in the 70s and 80s, where they had the number of slots that are in the game for pro strategy football doesn't equal to the limited number of slots that they actually used in real life on some teams. So technically, really, linebacker 4 is linebacker 5 because you've got, if you want to play a 3-4 or 4-3 for linebackers. So Oakland only had 4 linebackers on their whole team. So this is the spare linebacker. That doesn't exist. So what was done with the game is we didn't put the name of the player in because we didn't want a fictional name. Well, there was no player, but we didn't want to put a fictional name in there to confuse people. Like, who is this person? We're showing everybody that this person didn't exist. Now, the rating for this player is normally an average of what the rating is for the other linebackers on the team. So it's just an extrapolation. It's a ballpark of what the linebackers do in general. So just in case anybody was interested, That's why. And, we used to joke about DB6, defensive back 6, because sometimes some teams didn't have that many defensive backs, and he was a backup defensive back that would sometimes come in when somebody got hurt. Same principle, same exact thing. And the rating is basically kind of an overall team rating. So just for anyone who's like, well, what in the world's LB4? That's what it is. In real life, this given team had so few linebackers that they don't have enough backups when somebody gets hurt.
So there we go. I mean, I remember you telling the story of the Washington Redskins in 1982 or 3 was I think a backup quarterback or something like that. And the only way you got the name to rate them was this one picture of them celebrating after a touchdown.
Well, no. The '82 Redskins, even if you look at their roster, if you look at like a Pro Football Reference, it's Theismann and only Joe Theismann. So I have a friend who made a football game that came with seasons from 1961 to the year that the game was released, and the backup quarterback on that team. I said, there are no stats for him. What are these stats, and how do you know it was him? And he said, well, he was on the backup squad. He was part of the team. And the statistics we have, the NFL gave us, those were actually his preseason stats. Well, we have nothing else to go off of, so we put his preseason stats in the game. And that would, because it was a number cruncher, and he said, so that way at least when you play with this team, you have the ability of getting some kind of realism. And that quarterback, give me a second, I'm going to look him up. Oh, Lord. Let me see. He was with the Patriots, and he was with, I think, was it San Francisco? He was a backup. Tom Owen. His name was Tom Owen.
Okay.
And he was number 17, and number 17 for the Redskins eventually went to Doug Williams. But that was Tom Owen's last season. And if you watch the Super Bowl when Washington beat Miami and the John Riggins famous touchdown run, if you watch the television broadcast, he's running out of the end zone coming towards the sideline. You will see somebody wearing jersey number 17 giving him a quick pat. That was Tom Owen. That was Theismann's backup. And he didn't play in that season. They used his, for that game, it was called NFL Pro League Football. He actually had stats, and the NFL supplied the company with the stats, and those were his preseason numbers. So at least there was something for him. So when the Washington for '82 was made for this game, I knew that for a fact. So Tom Owen is Theismann's backup. So to answer that trivia. So again, if anybody wants to watch that Super Bowl, and if you're watching the broadcast, not like the highlight clips, you watch the actual broadcast. It's on YouTube. The NFL put it up for free to watch. After he runs in and he's running towards the sideline, you'll see people, patting him on the back and all that. One of them is number 17, and that's Tom Owen.
Well, I'm glad you brought up Super Bowl 17 wearing the toilet bowl, because that was the Super Bowl they messed up the coin toss. Jerry Markbright in the very beginning threw the coin up and he said, "This is heads." And then it was heads. It came up something, and the guy goes, "Okay, it's heads." And then the other team said, "No, it's tails." And they said, "No, it's heads." And there was a big snafu on live TV. So ever since Super Bowl 17, the coin flip is done between league representatives, both head coaches, both everybody before the game. And what you see is ceremony in the middle. So when they throw the coin up, they never zoom in on the coin like they did in the 70s, because it's already flipped. They already made the decisions. Basically, the players are reading the script of what they did beforehand. Before is real. So they really do a coin toss. They really, don't get me wrong, they really do a coin toss. But the one you see on the field is mimicking the real coin toss before the game because they didn't ever want Jerry Markbright, like that kind of a thing to happen again. And it's really funny. So if you go check that moment,
Now, is that
check
just
out
the
the coin
Super
toss.
Bowl? Is that just the Super Bowl?
Well, I know
Because
in
you had
the
the
NFL,
Jerome Bettis situation in '98 on Thanksgiving that cost
yeah,
them the
well,
game in overtime.
that did so, but they keep the regular season on the field because they always zoom in and everything like that. But they take the Super Bowl and they make the middle ceremoniously, but they do the real thing before the game, and they do it so that they don't have like 100 million people watching. But yes, as you said, Phil Luckett. But remember, with that, it was messed up because Luckett heard it wrong, and it was more of it wasn't
That's
the
right.
coin itself being screwed up like in Super Bowl 17. So it's weird. The helmets were tails, and he saw the helmets, and he goes, "Oh, it's a head." And everybody's like, "What in the world?" And then it was a mess up. It was like the old USFL with the Jersey Generals when the guy was swinging his helmet at the other guy going, "You're a cheater," like that. I remember that in overtime. I love that clip. All right, so Kansas City 16-13, and here we go. It's going to be 3rd and 9, a big 3rd and 9. They got to give it back to Oakland if they don't give this. Kansas City, and it's incomplete. They got to give it back. And this game is more and more looking like Oakland can do it. They're looking like they can do it. There's the kick by Colquitt. And it's going to be to the near side. Oakland's got themselves in the hole as Lewis. Lewis will get it up to the 20. It'll be a 1st and 10. Davidson, they need a couple first downs here. The blitz is on to give to Clem. He tripped over his own feet. It's going to be 2nd and 6. He broke that first line. They give it to Clem again. He gets nothing. They tried to trap against the 4 front, which is what you do, but it'll be 3rd down and 7. Back to throw Davidson. Davidson again throws it. There he had 2 men wide open, and he couldn't get it to them. Oh, my goodness. It's going to be 4th down, and now they're going to kick. Morrow, and there's the line drive. This takes people's heads off right here. Arenas to the 45. This is the biggest possession of the game right now. Kansas City, a field goal is expected out of this, drawn, and they get nothing. It'll be 2nd down and 9. The clock is ticking down under 12 minutes. Here comes Castle. Matt Castle, and it's down to Baldwin and a first down.
Out of bounds.
Baldwin gets 17. And this is big. It puts him in field goal range. So Castle again, what a catch. Down to the 27-yard line.
Out of bounds.
So Charlie Reeves has recovered. He's back in the game. You could expect it. That linebacker 4, the generic, was going to get hit, and they move. So Kansas City moves there, and they push it back to the 32. 49 yards is not easy under anybody. Castle again. Castle will go deep, and it's caught by Malek. He scores! And he goes all the way! And that could be it! Kansas City, finally the dam is broke, and Kansas City now has a 3-point lead. Oh my goodness, that is big. Oakland with the kickoff for the touchdown. You never know. But Oakland has not scored except for that, in Kansas City. 3 plays, 45 yards. And now here's the extra point. A big extra point. And the kick will be up. It is over, and it is good. Thank God, no overtime.
It's good.
And it is good. And Kansas City a 20-16 lead. We still have time for 2 field goals for Oakland. Or who knows what they're going to do on this return. From the 4-yard line, Robertson again, maybe. Oh, he's up
Penalty.
to the 38. Oh, and there's a penalty, and let's see what it is. It's going to be an Eagle. Oh, my God, they're back to their own 7. You want to talk about momentum killer. Oh, my God. 1st down and 10. Davidson to Robertson, and he gets a few. It'll be 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. 2nd and 7. Davidson, the blitz is on, and he's holding it in. Down he goes in a swarm of red Kansas City Chiefs. It'll be 3rd down. 3rd and 13. They give it to Daniels up the middle, not enough. And it'll be 4th and 7, and now they got a kick. Morrow. And there's the kick. It'll be high and a nice kick, but it's to midfield. And Arenas trips over his own feet. He was so scared they might actually win this game that he tripped. It'll be first down. They might run to the far side. Castle, they go to the far side. McCluster again. On the run, McCluster to the 32. Gain of 17. He ISO'd. The blitz was on. They went to McCluster. That was the right read. It's hard to say in the toilet bowl if somebody did something right.
First down.
It's kind of like them doing something wrong. And it'll be first down and 10. 8.5 to go.
Incomplete.
Castle incomplete. It'll be
Second
second down. Second and 10. And here they go. Kansas City, they hand it off to Jamal Charles. Jamal Charles.
Third down.
He gains 6. It'll be the third down and 4. 7.5 to go. Third down. Castle, he's going to throw. He got it to McCluster and a first down. And now it's looking more and more like Kansas City. First down. Castle. He'll throw it incomplete.
Second down. Injury.
It'll be second down and 10. Peyton Hillis is down. And I'm not even going to pronounce that at fullback. Each us. So if he scores a winning touchdown, that would be. Here's Castle deep, and it's got it. He got it to Bowie, and that could be it. Castle to his favorite target. Might be an MVP today. And Matt Castle finds Bowie in the end zone. Right there, caught at the 2. And Oakland has run out of gas. They were winning the game in Kansas City. Is starting to pull away. Under 7 minutes. Here's Sukop, the extra point. It'll be up over, and it is good.
It's good.
And Kansas City a 27-16 game. Oh my goodness. Well, that was big. That was really big. That is a memorable moment. Here's Robertson again. Robertson, oh my goodness, baby, Robertson, gone! He's gone again! He's got number 2! He's got number 2! It's Robertson! Oh, this is the toilet bowl!
Penalty.
There's a penalty! Oh my goodness! Oh my, Oakland! Oh, what are you doing? Oh, I can't believe that. They had the game back, and now they're, oh my, but it's not all the way back, but my goodness, he had number 2. And he's looking back. He looks like Raghav Ismail at the, the Orange Bowl. When he got his call back against Colorado, this one's going deep, and it's incomplete.
Second down.
Second down. They're at the 41, though, of Kansas City, so it's not all lost. Second down, Davidson. They're going to screen it. Here's Daniels again on the screen.
Third down.
And it'll be third down and 6. And Peyton Hillis is back. It'll be third down under 6 minutes to go. Davidson back to throw. They screen it again. And, of course, they're going to the well a little too much on that. It'll be 4th and 6. And now Morrow's going to try and put it deep. Morrow. And it'll be out of bounds on the 2. So now they need a 3 and out. They need a 3 and out. It'll be first down. I can't believe that. And Castle, oh, maybe a safety. Oh,
Second
look
down.
at this. A safety would not do, it is 11 now. A safety would make it 9. But they would get the ball back. Second down, Castle, a quick throw to McCluster.
Third down.
And it's going to be huge. If Kansas City gets this, it's over. It really is. 3rd and 5, they get to Charles. Charles again. He goes out of bounds for some reason. He should have just fell down. And that stops the clock because we're under 5 minutes to go. It doesn't start when it hits the hash. Colquitt had one blocked. It's going to be kicked. And it is an okay kick. And here they go again. Lewis down to the 47. So Oakland has to go all the way on this one. They have to a field goal and make it 8. And Daniels, that was terrible. And it's second down and 13. Oakland is hurrying to the line. Second down and 13. They got Davidson, Craig, Dorsey, and White, the receivers. They moved early. Of course they did. As Robertson gets a lot of yards.
Out of bounds.
There's the penalty. And they're going to move them back. It's going to be 2nd and 18. They need all 4 downs to get this. Davidson, and they go to Robertson. And obviously they think a 1-yard gain's going to help. 3rd down and 17. Back to throw, Davidson. He's going down the left side, and it is caught by Dorsey. He's down to the 24-yard line. And the first down, they got to hurry it up. They're hurrying to the line of scrimmage. Here's Davidson now on the pass as they're grouping in. You can see on the bottom of your screen it was a 2-on-1. And what a pass. That was a great pass by Davidson. And they're in field goal range. They're down by
First
11,
down,
which is
out
a
of
3
bounds.
and an 8. So if they get the 3, they're going to have to score it at the 2. Davidson again to throw. 3:12 to go. They throw to the near
Incomplete.
side. Incomplete to his
Second
hands.
down.
It'll be 2nd and 10. 3:07 to go. Davidson. Davidson again. He's got him in, and he
Third
goes down. He goes down. It's going to be 3rd and 16. They hurry to the line. 3rd down and 16. It's looking bleak. Davidson again to the near side, and it is incomplete.
4th down.
And now it's going to be 4th and 16. This is it. 4th and 16. 2.5, and
Incomplete.
I don't get that. They throw it 4 yards, and they needed about a mile, and Kansas City takes over. 27 to 16. You're going to get your timeouts now. Hillis,
Second
previously injured fullback, and it's going to be 2nd down and 6. 2nd down and 6. And Charles again. He gets a first down,
First
and that'll
down.
be it. And a timeout, Oakland. There just isn't the time remaining. Charles again
2nd down.
gets 3. And now it's going to be a timeout. One more here. It'll be 2nd and 7. Charles again. And if
Third
they get
down.
a first down, they're going to take 3 knees. We go to the 2-minute warning.
2-minute warning.
Kansas City 27, Oakland 16. I'm going to say this now. A first down wins the game. Kansas City can take 3 knees. What a difference in the second half. That touchdown pass, that was the entire game, that touchdown pass.
Well, it might not have been, because then you had the kickoff return for a touchdown. It was like it just completely nullified it. But then you had a legal block. But Oakland had the ball at the 40-something yard line, but couldn't do anything with it. But Oakland gets that. If there wasn't a penalty on that, I think we'd be biting our nails. But now it's just a matter of this is a formality, essentially. Castle, who was Brady's backup, brought them back after just complete collapse. They turned it around, and short of unbelievable circumstances, Kansas City's going to win this game, and the 1962 Raiders will win the toilet bowl.
Well, I would think the biggest thing would be the onside kick, because if they do get a field goal or a touchdown, the hands rating's got to be really bad on that. And whatever ratings they use can't be good. So I think it's going to be more of a possibility for the onside kick. It's not going to be good hands on Oakland. It's going to be bad ones on Kansas City. But if it's right now, it's 3rd and 3. If they get this, it's a moot point. And it's 3rd down and 3. They give it to Charles. It's a moot point.
First down,
Start
injury.
flushing. Start flushing right now and get your tidy bowl out. Jamal Charles is down. Aedo Tron will come in at halfback, but it won't matter.
Yeah, I think Jamal Charles took one for the team. He may have hurt himself, but it was that extra effort to get the first down so that they wouldn't be considered the worst team of all time. So I'm sure Jamal Charles was happy to the extra, what it cost him on the extra effort, because he just got the wind knocked out of him. It's nothing serious.
Yeah, a lot of times pride will get you hurt, and he found that out. And now they're just going to take these here. And Castle will take 1, and then he'll take 2, and he'll have to take 1 more here as Kansas City comes out with a 27-16 win in a game that really, till the last 5 minutes, really Kansas City uncharacteristically had 14 points in the 4th quarter. Oakland had their shots to win. It was mainly special teams, a 1 blocked punt. They had 3 goal-to-go situations. They had 3 times in the red zone, I should say, against Kansas City. All 3 times were field goals in the first half. They got this opening kickoff of the second half. They went for a touchdown, led 16-10. And then when it was 27-16, they returned one all the way, but it was called back on a penalty. They got nothing out of it. And the next time they got the ball at the 47, they drove it all the way down, and on 4th and long, they couldn't do it. And that was the game. The Oakland Raiders, the team I predicted in the second round to go all the way to be the biggest losers, are the biggest losers today. And of the whole tournament, they win the title. And as you can see, Castle, these are all, well, Castle was very toilet bowl-like. 18 of 40, terrible percentage, okay yardage, 3 touchdowns. 3 touchdowns on the day. Jamal Charles, I would give him more of the, well, maybe the MVP. I don't know. It's hard because that touchdown pass was big. But Jamal Charles over 100 yards rushing, and he did have the fumble, so I would probably give Castle the MVP even with the horrible numbers. Bowie, I would give the MVP to. Sorry about that. If Bowie, I hope it's Bowie, and if it's Bo, I apologize. But Bowie, I'll tell you what, he had Lynn Swan numbers there. Except Lynn Swan was 4 catches in Super Bowl number 10. But this guy had 6 for 91 yards. He's my MVP. His 2 touchdowns right there were incredible. Yes, Moaki got one from 32 yards away. But every time you needed something, Bowie was there. Every time something big happened, Bowie was there. Charles had 125 total yards of offense, but Bowie had 2. The 2 scores there was big. Defensively, when you take a look at this game, there were 5 sacks on the day, 2 by that guy, and Belcher, Johnson, and Barry all had 1. And Flowers and Barry had the interception. Flowers, I'll tell you what, though, there were times when Oakland looked like they were getting points, and Kansas City came up with 2 huge interceptions. Stukop did his business. 2 for 2, that 49-yarder was huge. And he hit all his extra points. Colquitt only came out 7 times for 293 yards, an average of 41.9. He had 1 block, though. Kick returns. There we go, drawn in arenas. They were all right, not bad. And then the punt returns, really non-existent. We go to the Oakland Raiders now. Davidson, he started off strong at 50%, 4 of 8 in the first quarter, 6 of 21 for the rest of the game. He threw 2 interceptions. And just remember, how bad is a 20 rating? If you spike the ball into the ground every single play, I think you get a 36. So he threw 2 picks. Those were 2 mega big interceptions. And as you take a look again, rushing-wise, Clem Daniels had a big day, 89 yards on 17 rushes. The biggest thing for the interceptions were they gave away the field position. For a lot of that second half, Oakland had the ball in Kansas City territory. They were pushing Kansas City. They were getting the ball in there. And then those 2 interceptions just deflated everything. It was disheartening for them. Boydston, the tight end, most of his catches were in the first half. I think they only completed 1 pass in the second half, because I remember it was 4-2-1-1-1. It looked like that at halftime. And it was not that great. Total offense, they spread the ball around a little bit, but they didn't have much to spread around. Boydston, Dorsey, and then you see the rest, not too much. And they're defensively, 1, look at it, it's just like bingo, like tic-tac-toe, the 1, 1, and 1 in diagonals. The J-Man with the sack, Dougherty with the interception, and Rivas, the linebacker, was hurt and replaced by the Hall of Famer LB4, and the fumble recovery for him. And you take a look at 12 tackles by Simpson, and it is an OJ. And the A-man had 3 of 3 in field goals. He did all he could ask for. He had 10 points. He bailed them out early on. Oakland not getting those touchdowns. That was so big. Morrow punted 9 times. You're going to love some of these return stats. As we go to the kick returns, look at Robertson. Robertson's 94-yard touchdown was big, but he was averaging 43.3. That was huge. They kept kicking to him. There wasn't, I could understand that one, you figure, but the punt returns are all right. They were all right, 8 yards a punt return. That's hard to return punts. And when you get 8, that's big. And they had 16 on a return. when I take a look at these stats, the biggest one that really hurts, I believe, is the 1 of 14 in third downs. The biggest reason why is because all those times that they were in Kansas City territory, all those times when it was third down and they could have just kept it going, there was that one time when they were short and they didn't kick the field goal. They did not kick the field goal, was out of the range. If they would have got the third down there, they would have got 3 more points. And you see that Oakland had a shot. They really had a shot today, and they absolutely blew it. They blew it. Toilet bowl. They deserve the toilet bowl. Toilet bowl winners blow games like this. They really do. And I'll go to Mike in the truck. What are your feelings on this? Is Oakland a deserved recipient of this award?
Yeah. Although they had their chances and they couldn't capitalize. And take a look at Kansas City, where they were winning at the half like last time, and then they got shut out in the second half. Not this time, with the exception of Oakland returning the opening kick for a touchdown, which you figure would have just made Kansas City go, oh, God, we're just done. They rebounded and they scored 17 points, and Oakland couldn't score again. So give credit where credit is due. Kansas City woke up when they had to and can remove their name from the worst team ever. That title now goes to the 1962 Oakland Raiders. And if any of those players who may, if anybody from that team or is a fan of the franchise sees this and gets upset, this is all in fun. This is all in fun. I mean, we could turn around and do this for the greatest teams of all time, but we decided to do the toilet bowl. But there's your champion, Chris, the 1962 Oakland Raiders.
I think the one I was watching another channel. It was Al Red Sox fan. One of the reasons he likes doing replays, it was his chat. And his biggest thing was, he said this: when you do replays of seasons, you learn. You learn about things that you never really realized before. And I think that NFL Films only highlights what they want to highlight, like any other organization would. But there's a lot of the NFL that people don't realize. Like, look at the helmets for Oakland. That's not a generic. That's what they really wore. This is the side of the Oakland Raiders. When we do teams that lose, this is really interesting because it's the side of the NFL that you never see before. Nobody looks at the losers. They all look at the winners. You learn. So I agree with Al there. Is you learn so much by doing these. And not only looking at the winners, because we already know the winners. They have their stories have been told. We know the records and all. But like the 62 Oakland Raiders, I had no idea Clem Daniels was for them. I have a new respect for him. I have no idea Kansas City was that bad. And I forget how bad they were. Matt Castle, I mispronounced his name in the first couple snaps of the game. But, you look at that team and you learn about the history of the league by doing this. So I don't think anybody should be ashamed because we do this. It's a way to look at it. It is for fun. I've loved it. It was great. But it's also a time to look at the league because leagues are full of winners and losers. You win, somebody has to lose, unless it's soccer and you have 50 ties. But anyway, so you do learn, and I think we open up the gate for people to look at teams. Because I know people are looking like Seattle in 92, looking at the 69 Steelers. They're like, whoa, really? Then they see the helmets and the uniforms, like, really? And, I think that's really cool. And they get to relive some of those days. But as you know, too, sometimes during the worst of times is when we have the best of times. And, as an international teacher, I always say that because sometimes when you're in the toughest situations, you and the staff are in the toughest situations, you get friends for life. And sometimes when you're in the easiest situation, you don't. So I hope it brings back memories of, the old Steelers at Forbes Field and Pitt Stadium, people jumping the gate, getting tickets for free, going down to locker rooms. I hope it reinvigorates that kind of memories because I love doing it. And I hope the fans take the same kind of passion, that we have to this, but I think also in the right mindset. We're not putting down franchises. We're not saying, aha, Oakland's the worst. We're not saying that. We're remembering the NFL for a side that doesn't get exposure.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean, it's a history lesson. It's and like you said, it's amazing when you look at Clem Daniels. He played for this team, and Clem Daniels watching this game, he actually did really good, and he was running like that against a semi-modern team. I mean, the team's about 9 years old, but he played against a semi-modern team and still did that good. And you look at, like we were talking about, Gino Marchetti was part of the 52 Dallas Texans, and he was a fantastic player. And that team was horrible, and I thought that team might win the whole thing, win the toilet bowl. The 52 Texans, a team that was like in the process of folding in their inaugural season, and they were so bad that people didn't show up, that they lost their stadium, that they only had 4 home games, and all the rest were on the road. And some of the ones on the road were classified as home games for them, but they were really on the road. And they folded, and eventually they became the modern day Baltimore Colts / Indianapolis Colts from their ashes. But Marchetti I read something about him talking about that. He was like saying, yes, it was a horror. They were not a good team. There was no morale. It was like nobody cared, but he was like, he still has fond memories of that. So I mean, coming from Gino Marchetti, I read that somewhere online. It was amazed. It was like he didn't say, I don't want to remember any of that, anything like that. He actually had some memories, some fond memories in a way from that, which I found interesting. So yeah, I think it's a lesson here.
Well, I like the lesson because I would have never. You listen to like quote historians and NFL films, and they say, yeah, well, teams came over from the old AAFC, the Browns, the 49ers, and they talk about the Colts, and you think it's one continuous thing. Like by doing this tournament, I realized the Colts went bankrupt and they folded, and then they got the Texans as an expansion team, kind of like the modern day Baltimore Ravens. And it's like, really? I'm like, why didn't I hear that before? Why didn't I know that? Why is this like it's continuous? And then, but the intro, that was very interesting.
Yeah,
And I always thought, I forget who the Oakland coach was in Super Bowl II. It wasn't
it
Madden.
was
Madden,
Roach or whatever his
it
name
was
was.
Roach.
It was his last game. That was his last game as a coach,
Yeah,
and then Madden took over.
I thought he was always. I thought he was always the coach. I thought he was like, and I'm really shocked that Miami, the Dolphins of 2007, because I would have thought that some of the old AFL, the pre-Don Shula, it got me looking in and going, oh, okay, so Miami just didn't pick Shula off the expansion. They actually existed and were actually practicing in parking lots.
Yeah,
That's how bad they were. And like real parking lots, like there are cars in the parking lot and they're practicing. It's like, really? So there were a lot of things. I think this tournament, I'm hoping that the people watching, they just go in, pick one bad team. That's all I say. Pick one bad team and you do something simple and Wikipedia them. And then you'll find the funniest stories in the world, hopefully, hopefully. Some teams are bad because of bad reasons, but a lot of them have funny stories to them, memorable things, and it'll just make your day brighter,
and
seeing that everybody goes through stuff.
I looked into making 1940s teams. It was a real fight for me to make 1950s teams, and in some ways 60s teams because of the lack of players. I don't think there's really an interest for building 1940s teams. But I will tell you, I mean, I looked into it, but I will tell you, and I knew this before, if anyone was unfamiliar with it, about some football history, there were instances where franchises merged temporarily to survive. And when World War II, when the United States got into World War II, a lot of the players went into service. So the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Philadelphia Eagles, to survive, merged into one team. They were the Philadelphia Pittsburgh Steagles instead of Eagles.
Yeah.
As for Steelers, they were the Steagles, Philadelphia Pittsburgh Steagles, and they did it just for one season, so both franchises could actually survive. And there was one year where the Cardinals merged with them, and it was three teams merged for one year to survive. So I mean, I don't recall either of those teams being any good, but
No, they were 0-11-1. The Pit Cards, they had the nickname of the Carpets because it was the Cardinals in Pittsburgh, so they called them the Carpets.
yeah,
But they were the Card with the D in it, Pits, and they went over 11-1. They were one of the worst teams in the history of the NFL. And that was one where it was a lot of. It was because I believe the Cardinals won 1947 NFL championship, and that's the last one that they've had. And they had a good team. It's just the chaos, the confusion. Not all your players were there. You're just trying to survive. That's why I said in this current environment with COVID and stuff, where players are there, they're not there. You're going to have some teams coming out of this era that are going to sim really well, but did really bad because just cohesion and stuff like that. Just the fact that they were playing with new people, a new offense. They had to learn everything, in that year. But 0-11-1, well, they got a tie out of it, But, you see. So, yeah, there were 2 years, and the Steagles were the first year, and I wonder if either team ever won a game. I'm wondering.
I think the Steagles did. I can look that up real quick. And as I do, Chris, was it what was it 41? Was it 42? I can't remember. I'm trying to remember.
It might have been 43, 44, I'm thinking.
Yeah, here we go. It's 43. The 43
There.
Philly Pitt Eagles Steelers statistics. They went 5-4-1. They had a winning record.
Oh, there we go. The only time we ever got along with Philadelphia or agreed with them was from Pittsburgh. But yeah, I wonder what it's funny because in most college football stadiums, most soccer stadiums around the world, you have big barriers that separate the home and the visitor fan. No. Those games probably had big barriers separating the home fans from the home fans. I could see that happening. The Philadelphia fans from the Pittsburgh fan, hey, we're rooting for the same team, and there would somehow be a fight over it.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, so it was really good doing this. 27-16 the final. I'm going to give the last word to you, Mike in the truck. My last words are thank you very much. This was very fun to do. And I learned a lot about NFL history doing this. And it was decided I didn't see too much. And I'll give you the last word.
Well, actually, I am going to give you the last word because I like for you to announce our winner. But yeah, I want to thank you for agreeing to call these games with an 11-hour time difference. You're halfway around the world in Thailand while I'm here in the United States. And we're doing this over the internet. And if it weren't for the internet, none of this would be possible. So, yeah, this was a lot of fun. Some results are kind of what I figured, and there were some shockers in this too. But that's all part of tournaments like this. So thank you for joining me, Chris. And if you would, as we leave, I'll give you the last word. Why don't you announce our winner?
Okay, the winner of the tournament, the Toilet Bowl Tournament, won the ceremonial flush, goes to the 1962 Oakland Raiders as they win the championship by losing 27-16. They had chances to hand the trophy over to Kansas City, but it went, no pun intended, down the tubes as they couldn't get anything going. Late on into the game, they got a kickoff return called back, and 3 field goals instead of 3 touchdowns hurt them. They could have really put a great first and second quarter together, but it wouldn't be done. Oakland, for the most part, they played 2 close games, this one in Atlanta. So in 5 games to lose for the championship, 3 were utter blowouts, 2 were close. 1 was a 1-score game against Atlanta, and this one was it was close, and then Kansas City nailed it at the end with the touchdown pass. But that's it from my broadcast studio in Chiang Mai, Thailand, and from Mike in a truck in the United States. We will thank you very much for joining in. Keep your eyes posted for a future tournament. Have a great day, and I hope you got a good laugh out of it. Have a great day. Have a great day.